Good afternoon. We are going to call to order. If I can find my papers here. So here we go. We're going to call to order. This is the Swanee River Water Management District final public hearing on fiscal year 2024-2025 millage and budget. And you can reach us on YouTube, and it's open to the public. It's September 23rd, 2024 at 5:05. Ms. Rodman, can you do a roll call for us?
Sure. Chair Johns.
Here.
Mr. Keith.
Here.
Mr. Schwab.
Here.
Mr. Smith.
Here.
Mr. Sessions.
Here.
Mr. Thompson. Mr. Lloyd.
Here.
Mr. Wheeler.
Here.
Madam Chair, we have a quorum.
Thank you, ma'am. At this time, we will call this public hearing to order, which we have. And Kristen, please present the FY 2024-2025 final millage rate overview and staff recommendation.
Thank you. Madam Chair, members of the board. Before we start, I would like to preface by stating we are here to adopt a millage rate and budget for fiscal year 2024 to 2025. This is a culmination of months of preparation in keeping with statutory provisions, as well as the direction provided by the Governor's Office, the Florida Legislature, and the Florida Department of Environmental Protection. As you may recall, we conducted a workshop at the May board meeting to review the tentative budget, which was later approved at July's meeting. And we also held an initial public hearing on September 10th to tentatively adopt a millage rate and budget. We have had no change in the overall expenditure authority to the tentative budget since that time. We'll begin with the millage rate overview and recommendation. The Swanee River Water Management District is a taxing authority that proposes to levy the rollback millage rate of 0.2936 mils for fiscal year 2024 to 2025, which is a 5.69% reduction from the current fiscal year 2023 to 2024 millage rate of 0.3113. The rollback millage rate of 0.2936 is based on taxable property values provided by all property appraisers' offices within the district. As such, the staff recommends the governing board approve resolution number 2024-07 to adopt a final millage rate of 0.2936 for fiscal year 2025.
Has the district received any correspondence from taxpayers in response to their notice of proposed property taxes?
Our Chief Financial Officer, Pam Shaw, did receive one phone call from a new property owner that was new to the area. They were simply inquiring about the line item for Swanee River Water Management District ad valorem on the truth and millage notice that they had received from the property appraiser, and she provided them with an explanation of who the district is and its core mission, and they were satisfied with that response.
Okay, thank you. At this time, we will open the floor for public comments and questions regarding the FY 2024-2025 final millage rate. There being no public comment at this time, do I hear a motion to accept staff's recommendations?
I'll make that motion, Madam Chair.
We have a motion
Second.
and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Motion carried.
All right, now we will review the fiscal year 2024-2025 budget. We'll begin with the budget in brief, which is just an overview of a few highlights. The tentative budget totals $79,967,278. That does include the rollback millage rate of 0.2936. Admin and outreach compose 2.94% of the overall budget. We do have state grants totaling just over $41.5 million. That amount, majority includes the springs restoration and water quality improvement grants, as well as AWS projects. We have federal grants of $7,473,000. That is 100% grant related and consists of FEMA and American Rescue Plan Act funds. And we do have fund balance of just over 11.3 million. This slide depicts our revenue sources. As we can see, state revenue sources are doing most of the heavy lifting at just over 65% of the budget, or 52.3 million. That does include the grants and the projects discussed on the previous slide, as well as legislative budget request and 6.5 million in recurring state appropriations, for which the district is greatly appreciative of the continued support of the legislature. We do have the 7.4 million in federal grants. We do have district revenue totaling 8,858,069, or just over 11% of the budget. And that consists of our ad valorem, timber, and permitting revenues, and then the 11.3 million in fund balance. All right, this slide is going to depict our expenditure by type. We do have salaries and benefits of 8.9 million. So we can see the majority of the budget consists of interagency expenditures at 31 million, or 38%, and contractual services at 26.4 million, or 33%. Those again are mostly project related. We also do have fixed capital outlay of just over 10.5 million, operating expenditures just over 2.5 million, and operating capital outlay of just over 288,000. This slide does depict our budget by program. As we can see, the acquisition, restoration, and public works makes up 53.3 million, or just over 67%, or 2/3 of the budget. Those again are mostly project related. And we do have water resource planning and monitoring, just over 11.5 million. Operation and maintenance of works and lands at 10.3 million. 2.3 million in regulation, and 211,000 in outreach. This slide depicts the budget by fund, which is the budget format required by the Governmental Accounting Standards Board. When you're looking at this slide, you will see the revenues broken down by revenue type in the rows, as well as expenditures by expenditure type. You have the total budget at the 79,967,278, and then the budget is then broken out by the various funds: the general fund, land management and operations special revenue fund, the district special revenue fund, which you could see is funded 100% by fund balance, and that consists of our ag cost share, river cost share, and regional projects that we have committed funds to. We have the state special revenue fund and the federal special revenue fund. This slide is the budget summary. It's for informational purposes only. It depicts the same budget, but in a format that is required for our truth and millage advertisements. This is the advertisement that you will see advertised in this hearing in the newspapers. And the staff recommends the governing board approve resolution 2024-08 to adopt a final budget of $79,967,278 for fiscal year 2024 to 2025.
Thank you, Kristen. At this time, we'll open the floor for public comments and questions regarding the FY 2024-2025 final budget. There being no public comment, we'll move on to motion.
Got a motion to approve.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Motion carried. Thank you, Kristen.
Thank you.
Do I hear a motion to close these public hearings?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, like sign. Motion carried. We are now adjourned for the final public hearing on FY 2024-2025 final millage and budget. We want to thank you guys very much for all of your hard work and presentations. Good job.
Thank you.